Welcome to our retirement, folks.
Alicia asked me if I'd seen Will Trent. I said no, so she showed me where it was, and then I were in that all night, all day and all night. Couldn't get out of it.
Will Trent.
Yeah.
This is Pat's latest
detective he is. He's dyslexic, but he's very good.
Well, I made a few notes.
You made a few notes, did you?
I did. Yeah. Yeah, there's a couple of comments from yesterday I haven't answered yet. I should get to them today, but we're meeting Mick today. I'm going up to the gallery in Farsley with him, which
So
I'll
film. Filming there,
bit of
like
film
that.
there, yeah.
We originally asked him to come across for lunch, and we were going to go down and see what Ephesus were like in Rodley.
Lunchtime.
They do a lunchtime meal, but Mick says he's coming after lunch, so we won't be going there today.
We won't be going there.
We'll save our money.
We shall.
So what have you got to talk about?
I wanted to talk about Melvin.
All right.
Melvin is a person who I've mentioned a few times, but never really gone into any detail about it. And I suppose the title will be How I Met Melvin. And we're going back because he played quite a significant part on our life, did Mel?
Yeah, I did.
But we're going way back to early 70s, very early 70s, not long after I got out of the army, and we got out of the army in 1970. And came back to England and bought that little back-to-back house for £999.
We didn't buy it outright, we bought it on a rental purchase.
Rental purchase it was in them days, yeah. Which, it's not as kind of complex as a mortgage. It's it's a bit similar to a mortgage, but there's no mortgage in. It's like a rent, but you own the house when you've finished paying the rent on it. Rental purchase. You are actually buying the house. So, but I don't know whether I fully understood it when we did it. Which applies.
We just paid. I think it was £3 a week.
£3 a week it was.
Rental purchase.
Yeah. Anyway, we at that time, that was the time I wanted to be an artist, and I didn't want to work full time. I wanted to be an artist, so I was trying to get out of working full time and then working on an evening and weekends, which eventually I did. Working on a night cleaning, and then weekends for a cleaning company. I started working with Harry, who was the manager of Moat Floor Services, and I used to work with Harry on the weekends, but sometimes me and Pat used to work together doing it, didn't we? But I was very sort of hippified a bit sort of hippie minded, and I met these guys. I think I met them in a pub in Armley.
Did you? Right.
I think that's where I didn't meet Melvin in the pub.
No.
Because Melvin didn't drink, never has done.
No.
But I met Brian and a few others at a pub, and I got talking to them, and they told me where they lived. They rented this place, Laurel Grove. It's become infamous as Laurel Grove, because there were these students. They were students. They were at art college, and that's why I got in talking to them, because I used to think, oh, art college. If I could only go to art college, that's what I want to do. And at that time, I was driving articulated lorries. But I wanted to be an artist, So, of course, I just got latched onto these guys. And they lived in this place in Laurel Grove. It was more like
a squat.
Like a commune.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, and there were, you might know, there were drugs and all sorts going on. And I used to started going round there. I think you went a couple of times, I think.
Mm. And we went to a party around there.
Yeah, we did, where they had a party and we went. I think that's when I met Melvin. Melvin lived in this squat. Melvin was from Leicester. That's where he came from. And he wasn't even an official student, wasn't Melvin. I mean, Leeds Polytechnic at that time was just so unstructured. Melvin went to art college without actually being a student. He never enrolled. He just turned up.
He just used to go to all.
Yeah, that's how anarchic it was. And eventually they got so used to him being there, they just accepted him as a student. And he did the 3 years there, while he was on dole, of course. But that's where I met Mel. And Melvin, he got involved with a kind of outfit called John Bull Puncture Repair Outfit. And it was, in the 70s, the early 70s, it was these happenings, what we used to call happenings, or performance art.
Yeah.
As it got called later on.
Yeah.
And Melvin were involved in that sort of thing, but also he taught himself to play the piano by playing chords, really. And I mean, he did know. He knew all the chords, did Mel. It was great. He could ask Mel to play any chord and he'd play it.
He had a girlfriend in Leicester
called Sue.
And she was, I don't know if she was a trainee nurse then or whether she was actually a nurse.
Right, I don't.
No, I can't remember.
No.
But she used to come up every now and again and stay, didn't she? And, they got married.
They did, yeah.
And they moved into a back-to-back house, a little scullery house, wasn't it? In off Domestic Street.
Yeah, Holbeck.
In Holbeck, not far from where he's got his premises now. And we went to see him one day, after they got married and they'd got a little girl, hadn't they? Lucy. Nancy. Sorry, Nancy. And we walked into this house and I think there were 2 pianos in this living room.
Yeah, they were only one up and one down. Yeah. Yeah, so... Yeah, you just skipped a little bit.
Did I, sorry?
Because when Mel were at college, the premises that they lived in was absolutely horrible. There were fungus growing in it. It was untidy.
I think they had mice.
Filthy. I think it was. And we used to, because Pat's a good cook. We used to invite them round for Sunday dinner.
Yeah.
And quite a few of them used to come, didn't they? And have Sunday lunch with us at our house in that back little
Brian
back to
used
back.
to love it, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah. But eventually, the course come to an end, and I think that's when I don't know whether I lost touch with Melvin, because I started working on a night, cleaning on a weekends and that,
You were
and
making
painting.
furniture in that shop, that Herb Barber's
Oh,
down in Armley.
yeah.
Passed there the other day with our Tracy. It's a washing machine shop now.
Is it? Is it?
It's full of washing machines.
Yeah, that was funny. Trying to make furniture in this room at the back of this barber's shop.
With an adapted washing machine.
It was because my dad was the manager of a laundry in Leeds, and they got rid of this rusty old trolley, and I rigged it up with a washing machine motor to make a circular saw with it.
Excuse me.
I mean, oh dear, it's so
basic.
Oh,
It smoked everybody out.
it burnt its way through wood, really, rather than cut its way through it. Well, so blunt was the blade. When I think back to that time, I just cringe. And I try not to remember much of it. But eventually, Melv got this little back-to-back in Olbeck, and we did go round there. And I'm not sure. He said he'd bought this one piano from somebody who had it in I have to be careful how I say this, a hen hut. Because if I said hen hut, you wouldn't know what I meant. A hen hut. A hen hut.
You know,
it was covered in hen muck, and it was filthy, and he got this piano home. Oh, it's Ernie. And he got it, and he cleaned it up, and he got a piano tuner to come and tune it, and the piano tuner told him it was a good piano and that it was worth quite a bit of money. So Melvin, being Melvin, thought,
entrepreneur he was.
Hey up, I might be able to make some money here. So he started buying and selling pianos from this little one up and one down. And that's why there were a couple of pianos in this house. I mean, they were eating off of them, these pianos. No room for else in room.
No. So she did have to put up with
She did, yeah. Yes, she did. But that's how Melvin got started with pianos. And I lost touch with him. I don't know how long quite, but because I'd been running, during that time, I must have bought this place and started running the Breadline Modern Art Gallery. And we ran the Breadline Gallery from 74 till 81, something like that.
Yeah.
And when during I think in 79, I went to art college myself. I actually applied and got in to art college. So I was at art college, and when so during my time at art college, I closed the gallery down. And when I closed the gallery down, it was during that time what it was, it's hard to place it together. It's just that one day Melvin come to the gallery, or the shop. I don't know whether it was still a gallery or whether it had closed it or what, I don't know, but he came and he were in a Lotus. And I looked and I said, "Is that your car, Melvin?" And it had XTC registration number on it. It had belonged lead singer of XTC, a rock band in them days. And I said, have you? He said, yeah, it's mine. And I said, well, have you got rich or something? He said, well, a bit. I said, well, how? He says, I import and export pianos. And he'd got this warehouse in Leeds. It's still there to this day.
Yeah.
And
they'd moved house, haven't they? They'd moved into a posh area.
They'd moved into Roundy, quite a posh area.
Yeah, big house.
And he bought this quite big house. And they were doing well for his son. And he said, I want to show you something. He took us out for a meal, didn't he? And he said, I want to show you something. And he took us across to his house, and he'd converted the attic into a kind of music studio. He had a Richard Lick Grand up there and all.
I don't know he got that up.
3 flights of steps.
Oh.
And there was this bass guitar laying against the wall. It all recording gear and loads of stuff. And I said, what are you doing here? And he said, well, I'm just playing around, you know. And
making music.
And he says, I want you to take that bass guitar home, learn to play it, because we're going to turn some of them poems of yours into songs. Because I used to write poetry as well. And that's what I did. I learned to play this bass guitar. And all these songs, these poems that I've written,
you made into songs.
We made into songs and formed a band and started gigging.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As well as painting.
It started off with 4 of us.
You did for Riley, didn't you?
Yeah, we're painting.
Playing music.
Well, still at art college. Then?
Well, I think that you got to that point where you weren't actually going in. You were just painting at home in upstairs.
Right.
One of upstairs rooms.
But there was a point when I was delivering milk. I bought this milk round. After I left college, didn't buy a milk round, and we used to use the van to go on gigs with all gear.
Yeah,
we used to put all gear in back at Transit, which is what I used for delivering milk in. So I must have left college while we were playing in the band and started this milk round. And I was getting up at 3:45 in the morning. But then I was running the gallery as well.
Oh, I don't know. It's all a bit mixed up.
Oh, it is. It's really hard. I must have been running the gallery, doing a milk round and playing in the band and painting. I don't know. It's incredible, isn't it?
Yeah. How you can't put things in specific.
Yeah.
In a sequence when you get older,
But we used the back room, that back room to rehearse in. It's the room where we sleep now.
Yeah.
I mean, there wasn't a bathroom in there then.
No,
there's a bathroom. It's divided up now. David built a bathroom and
a wall between the 2 rooms.
Another bedroom, and he put another staircase up into loft. They did you know. So, but that room we sleep in.
Well, your rehearsal
room. Yeah, we used to rehearse in there.
I mean, floorboards are like that.
Are really wide.
Real wide.
Pitch pine.
The original one.
Yeah. Yeah, we used to rehearse in there, but eventually, I think Melvin's business grew and grew and grew, and the band, he didn't have time for the band.
He didn't rehearse as much.
No, we stopped rehearsing, and one day I dried up on stage, didn't I?
Yeah,
we played a gig.
Trevor's one of these people that has to keep doing something to remember how to do it.
Yeah. It's like the piano. can't play any tunes on a piano now.
Because he hasn't kept it up.
I haven't done it, so I've forgotten all the tunes that I used to play. So I had to keep them in, you know, knowing what to do with my hands on this bass.
Considering you taught yourself.
Yeah. I know eventually, when there were just two of us in the band, I pre-recorded the bass and the drums onto a TIAC recording thing. And we used to take the TIAC with us and put it through PA. We had a mixing desk and all.
That's
complicated, yeah. But eventually, the band fizzled out, and then Melvin asked me, why don't I open a piano shop? Because I'd left college by then, closed the gallery down, so there was nothing happening here. And that's how we got going. I've told the story of how with Frank coming and how I learned to do pianos and all that there.
Yeah, Trevor's got to learn things, but he's very quick at learning. Yeah, he was very quick.
I was, but not now.
He understood everything. I mean, he read piano books and just took it all in, and he could repair a piano. But I mean, as you get older, you forget these things.
Oh, it don't stay in.
Don't stay in.
No, stays in here now.
No, we both say that.
Yeah. But everything, I mean, you know, I used to read philosophy and stuff, and lots of stuff stayed in my head. Yeah. And we used to have incredible discussions in the pub and stuff.
Yeah.
About all sorts, but now whatever I read just disappears.
Yeah. I never could read something and take it in. And I couldn't remember things like Trevor can. But if somebody taught me how to do it practically, I could do it.
Well, you knew how to sew and you knew how to cook.
Because I've been taught practically. Practical. But not
theory.
Not reading or... But I could never learn my times table. No matter how much I stood up and had to repeat, I could never learn them.
I did that.
I was like that at school. It just never went in. No, it went in. I just didn't retain it.
Poor little Pat. But you've got other endearing, incredible qualities, Pat.
Thank you.
You have. Pat has got...
He sees me as
she's a one-off, is Pat. And now Tracy has a lot of your traits.
Yes, she does, doesn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah. She's very kind, is Tracy.
She is, yeah. There's a card on there and a plant.
Another plant. That's the second one she's got.
But she's got from a jury on a trial that's finished now.
It was 7 weeks.
7-week trial, and the jury all signed this card.
Yeah, that's not the first one she's had like that.
She's had one before. Yeah.
And Tuesday this week, the judge who were on that trial took her and 2 other people who were in the court for an Italian meal.
Yeah.
He booked a table for them. I mean...
They do appreciate Tracy.
Yeah, they do appreciate people. These judges, don't they?
Yeah, they do. Yeah, it's incredible.
I know she's come home with flowers.
Yeah.
That judge just told his secretary to buy, you know, and chocolates from Marx's. They seem to appreciate.
She's a bit of a Rottweiler, is Tracy.
Oh, aye.
But kind and helpful.
Yeah, very helpful.
Yeah. It really is. She's got that. Yeah. That from you. And got it from me.
She's the one that goes through they have to do a listing of people who they're going to have on a jury before this, you know, and they've got to check that these people don't have any needs when they go, like if they're diabetic or if they're in a wheelchair or different things like that, she's got to
make sure that
they're
everything's
happy. The jurors happy. Doing what they're doing. She deals with that, doesn't she?
Does,
most of the time. And she's the one that goes to the other court, the other police station, to deal with special cases.
Where mainly children. Where they have a monitor.
Vulnerable people.
So they don't appear in court, they appear there by monitor. And she goes and deals with that side of it as well. I think that's because she's got this special driving licence, hasn't she, that she had when she used to drive Assia around. One of her... Assia was a disabled lady that Tracy worked for many, many years. And she were a probation, wasn't it?
She went on these special... when they're going to release a prisoner, she sat on
and they come up for parole board.
She used to sit on them.
That's where she got the licence from. Anyway, we've 26 minutes, darling.
We better say goodbye.
We better say goodbye, Go on and on, we will.
Got to feed her and wash up.
Okay, folks. Bye, everybody.
Bye.